It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And really, this weather is just what I needed. Hey everybody, welcome back to Disappoint Your Demons. My name is Ron, a grateful recovering alcoholic. Little change of scenery today because there's a loud ass generator going on outside my apartment right now for whatever reason, and even though it's Sunday, they're doing construction outside as well, so it's really noisy and I can't do it in my normal spot. So here I am in my kitchen. As always, I just want to start this off by saying that I am not a licensed medical professional of any sort. My advice or my opinion is just that of somebody who drank for a very long time and has gone through the whole shebang. So yeah, my advice and my talking points are not to be taken as any sort of medical help or counseling or anything of that nature. So with that being said, also, if you could like and subscribe and share out my videos, could leave comments. It all would really help to grow the channel and get the message out there. As always, it's not monetized. I'm not doing this for any financial gain whatsoever. I am simply doing this to try to help save lives with my story, and hopefully what I say can resonate with somebody and lead you onto a good path of recovery. So this week, this might be a long video too. Kind of think I have a lot to say. I always do this off the cuff, and it's just always what's on my mind, and sometimes I might get a little repetitive. And I also said at the start of this channel that this is going to be a raw and honest look at what the life of an alcoholic and addict is like. And so some things might be, to the more sensitive viewers or whatever, a little triggering. But this is where I'm at right now in my recovery and in my mindset. And I gotta tell you, this week has been a fucking bitch. It started probably shortly after I made my last video, the day after. But man, I've been going through it, all of it. The ups and downs, the highs and lows, the emotional swings, the insomnia. I'm just a little over a week shy of 6 months of sobriety, and good sobriety, but man, it has hit me. Outside influences, inside influences, being stuck in my own head. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that at first, and we'll see where my ramblings go from there. But I'm sure a lot of you can relate, I think. But man, it is noisy in my head. And I think that my drinking and drug use has a lot to do with trying to quiet that. It's not like I hear voices per se, or like I'm schizophrenic or have multiple personalities or anything like that. It's just that my brain goes so freaking fast, like a million miles an hour, and like I have one thought, and I try to focus on that one thought, and then I have 1,000 other thoughts and 1,000 other things coming at me all at once. And when it gets even worse when I try to focus on just one thing. The harder I try to focus on one thought or one idea or one emotion or anything, the further away it seems to get. And then my brain is constantly bombarded with all these thoughts, and they could be as mundane as, I should probably wash the bath towels today because I'm down to the last one. But then ranging to things like, I posted on Facebook the other day, just I had a random thought, like, even if we attain the speed of light travel, it's going to take 2.5 million years to get to the next closest galaxy. So there's absolutely no way we're ever going to explore the universe as humans. And then, oh, hey, wormholes. And then, another thing, oh, I think I want a lasagna. It's just constantly like that. It's just one thought to the next, to the next, to the next. And I can't get away from it. I do, however, try to slow it down. Like, I'll sit there, and when that really starts happening and it really starts going, my brain really starts going a million miles an hour, I try to take a deep breath, and just breathe in and out, and I pray, and I meditate in the morning, which slows things way down. But just throughout the day, it just gets faster and faster and faster. And what I kind of relate it to, or the way that I could best describe it, is like the white noise of like the snow on a TV. It's like that, like, when the channel goes off, like back in the day, or like you just turn your TV on and it's not set to anything, like, or like that loud white noise, like the TV screaming at you. That's what I relate it to, and that's what it's like in my head a lot of the time. And so again, yeah, I try to quiet it down with, obviously, not alcohol and drugs nowadays. It's meditation. It's purposeful, as my sponsor calls it, purposeful prayer. And I try to distract myself with things too, but like video games is a big thing. Like, I'm not like addicted. I'm not replacing one addiction with another, video games or anything like that. But it just helps me, because I don't go out anymore, really, except for like maybe one night a week I'll go out to trivia, if I even do that. But it helps me just kind of get out of the apartment, get out of my own head. And I can pick them up and put them down. Like, it's not like I'm sitting there like just thinking all day, like, oh, I can't wait to go home and play video games like I did with alcohol. It's just something that I do. But we need to find like those different distractions to keep us from relapsing. So anyway, with that being said, about the white noise, it leads to other thoughts, though. So like when my brain starts going a million miles an hour, especially like now, like I said, I've been going through it with like the depression and the anxiety and everything. Like, once a bad thought enters my head, or a sad thought, or what I like to call the stinking thinking, that runs away like a freight train. And I think about all the miserable bad decisions and choices that I've made, and all the bad things that are going on in my life, like, are magnified and focused upon, and I can't seem to shake them easily. Like I was just, and it'll be something stupid, like, when my daughter was 5 years old, I didn't get her the doll that she wanted, and she was so sad and upset because I couldn't afford it. And then I think, well, and then it just spirals and it goes crazy. Like, and I start thinking about, oh God, bad things that I did in my first marriage, and bad things that I did to my parents as a kid, and I could have done this, I could have done that, and I could have changed any number of things, and I could have just not picked up the first fucking drink. and it just goes and goes and goes, and I hear in AA all the time, and I am going to talk a bit about AA today because that is my recovery program. Again, not advocating for it, but it's what I do. But I hear in AA all the time, you can't build yourself a better past, only a brighter future. And yeah, you know what? That's true. That's true. And I can cling to that sometimes, but sometimes it's not fucking enough. Like, it's really not. Like, all the isms that you can hear in AA and all the sayings and the encouragement that people can give you, like, it's just not enough. And honestly, like, I hate to say this, and I'm not suicidal or anything like that, so please don't take it as such, and please don't be triggered, like, 'cause it's not a way out. It's your problems might be fixed from it, but everybody else that's left alive is going to be fucking miserable, so don't fucking do it. But I have brief flittering thoughts of, if I could just get myself a couple $1 million freaking life insurance policy, and then I could do something and make it look like an accident, and my kids would be set up for life, and everybody better off for it without me here. I'm not saying that that's like a prevailing thought, but I mean, thoughts like that do pop into my head. I don't follow through on them. I'm not suicidal. I don't need that kind of help. It's just little crazy thoughts that flitter through. So, what do I do? And what do we do as alcoholics to fix this? Well, you know what you do, and you know what I do, is you talk to another alcoholic about it. That's what you do. You talk to somebody who fucking gets it. You realize and you think and you go through that Rolodex in your brain about how things really aren't as bad as you make them out to be, and the things that you are upset about. And one of the things that happened, I talked to my daughter about, she didn't even fucking remember it happening. And I've been beating myself up about this thing for a while. And she didn't even remember. It wasn't even like on the radar for her as far as one of the, worst things that happened to her in her life. But to me, it was the biggest thing ever. And I failed my daughter, and that makes me a failure, and I'm fucking absolutely miserable about it. Well, today I snapped out of it. For more than a few different reasons, but my youngest daughter called me and we FaceTimed today, and I mean, that made all the difference in the world. And she just said to me, Dad, no matter what, like, you're trying hard, you're doing the right thing, you're getting better. And she goes, but no matter what, she goes, you never made me feel unloved, and I love you more than anything in the world, Dad. And I'm going to get all teary-eyed, but it's just, the point is that it's in my head. It's in my head that these people feel a certain way, and it's in my head, and come to find out that they don't think that. And then I talk to another alcoholic about it, and I go to AA meetings, and I talk about what's in my head and what's going on. And you know what? They get it. They completely understand, and they give me advice on how they got out of it, or advice on what to do. And sometimes, again, it's just as simple as sitting and thinking and meditating and praying on it, and realizing that things just aren't as bad as you make them seem to be in your brain. But point is, don't sit there and stew and fester and just let it ride, so to speak. Just fucking get it out there. Talk to somebody about it. Because chances are, not chances are, we can relate. People ask me all the time, or talk to me about their alcohol use and alcohol problems all the time. And they think that they're unique. I think that I'm unique. And when they're telling me their story, I'm like, that's me. And here's my advice to you to get out of it. And it works both ways. Like, when I tell them how I'm feeling, or like that I'm feeling this way, they say the same thing. Like, it just helps so much to talk to somebody. Watch a video. You're watching my videos. So clearly you understand what's going on. But just the point is, don't let those thoughts run away and hijack you. That's the best way that I can put it. You're being fucking hijacked by your addiction and your own illness. Said it before and I'll say it again. Alcohol drinking isn't necessarily the whole, I mean, it's not the whole problem. It's one of the symptoms of this disease that we call alcoholism. And it's how we self-medicate and everything too. This alcoholism is a whole conglomeration of shit. But we used to use the shovel maybe to, dig and dig and dig until we hit our rock bottom. Well, maybe we use that same shovel to start digging ourselves out of the shit. But guys, yeah, just talk to somebody. I guess that's all I got today. I'm going to start repeating myself and everything, but just know that there is a way out. There is a way out, and have a blessed day, and I love you all, and thank you so much for watching.